Hello there, everyone. Welcome back to Press for Truth TV. Today is Wednesday, May the 23rd, 2012. And today we're joined on the line by Eric Bouthillette, who's out of Montreal. And Eric's really been on the front lines of these protests for the last 100 days or so. So thanks so much for joining us once again here at pressfortruth.tv.
But thanks for having me on, and thanks for breaking my freedom of speech. Today it's an illegal interview we're having.
Ah, yes. Well, I guess we're going to break the law today by talking about some of these things, the new bills. One thing I wanted to also get into with you is this new video that just recently came out where a bus full of protesters was surrounded by cop cars and everyone was detained, ID'd, and searched and kind of held in this freakish kind of Minority Report pre-crime kind of scenario. But before we get into that, a lot of people have heard about this new bill, Bill 78, which was passed on Friday. But for anybody who might not know too much about the bill, why don't you break it down for us? What is this bill all about, and how do the people of Quebec feel about it?
But technically speaking, for the American audience, it's your worst nightmare of your freedom of speech being broken apart. So that's exactly how I can define it. For the rest of the world, seriously, with the amount of fines they're giving us, I think we can pay the debt of Canada in 2 months. If everybody get fines, if we're doing protests, it's like if you are part of a protest that is considered illegal, so that means basically everything is illegal. It's $1,000 fine. I got people who just got $650 fines for being there. So it doesn't say if there's criminal charge over that. You cannot talk about Bill 78. It's illegal. Anyway, we're in civil disobedience. We're not even activists anymore. We're just a resistance from now on. You can have fines if you organize a protest up to $125,000 if you don't give direction of where you're going to walk. According to freedom of speech, they're not necessarily obliged to give your direction where you're going if you walk with a protest. And it's still according to your freedom of speech. You can still do demonstration anytime, anywhere, for any reason, as long as it makes sense and it's peaceful. So you can't be, you can't have not have 50 people together. It's considered illegal assembly. Even
Is that unless you notify them 8 hours before? Is that how it works?
not even not even if you're just 50 people in the same area. If you wear a little square like that, got people got fined $250 for that. It's called pushing people to violence. But well, we're just gonna wear it, man. We're all violent. So it goes on like that, as deep as it's like the law has to be amplified by the provincial police. So it's the SQ is here. So the Montreal police now is run by the provincial police. We're not getting far from a martial law if we can agree on that. And I sent you a picture, I think, yes, 2 days ago about an undercover guy who was doing provocateur agent stuff, was throwing rocks, totally going after police, throwing bottles. There's witnesses who saw the guy doing it, and there's people who went deeper into who's the guy and who was his name and blah, 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 blah. So went on with the investigation. He ended up being a guy in a platoon from the Canadian Army. What is the whole story? I don't know all of it, but that's what came out. So
So you guys, you noticed somebody engaging, provocateuring people into acts of violence, throwing rocks and so forth, and you found out he's a military man?
yep.
Well, that's unbelievable, man. Yeah, that's. I mean, it's not too unbelievable, I should say. Canadians, the Canadian government has been caught red-handed doing things like that before. But I guess the bottom line is they need to somehow discredit the thousands and thousands of legitimate protesters out there. You mentioned people are getting fines just from wearing a simple red square. How about
Yep.
the ban on masks and hoodies and bandanas and stuff? Has that stopped anyone from wearing any masks?
But I'm just going to give you an example. I got people who get arrested 45 seconds after using a megaphone in London. But in Montreal, the walk, as soon as you put your first feet in the street, there's always somebody with a bandana. So it always become illegal assembly. But we don't care. So we keep walking. So by the time we're walking, shooting at us with rubber bullet. We're still walking doing demonstration. We're yelling slogan. They're shooting gases. They're charging us. They're injuring people. We got cars. I sent you a video today on your wall. Cars that runs over people in the crowd. Yeah, and last night, two cars at the same time at two different places ran people over. I don't know, but I'm not fool. No, I don't think things just happen like that. And the people who run people over, they do know that you don't just run into a crowd. I've never seen that in my life. I think it's provoked, it's created, it's all set up somewhere. If you look at the police itself, they run a guy over his skull. We're not even sure if he's dead or not. So things are getting so crazy violent last night. We walk on St. Catherine. As soon as we got on St. Catherine, they charged us like hell. They were just charging us like it was a football game. We don't have equipment. We just have bandana on our face. I got a cam on my other end, and the only thing they can do is beat up people, throw gas, mass arrest. Today was the 100th day of strike that turned into a social battle now against the government and the system. And if you look at it, we have over 2,000 people got arrested for whatever reason. As much as if it's for a criminal charge, it's for fines. Damn, man, seriously, do we need 2,000 people, injured people, head trauma, we have people between life and death, and it starts to look like what Egypt looks like, and Greece, and people
right.
were and people are not here. It's easy to say, oh, but no, it's not too bad. Da, da, da. Come here. It's like every night almost. It's not a riot against stores or any places. People don't attack any property, cars, or anything like that. It's really a battle, people versus the police. That's all. There's nothing get destroyed around that. Sorry, that's an important to mention too. That people are not doing riots. We're fighting. That's all.
Yeah, when the fascist police state shows its might and backs people up into a corner, people have no option but to react and to protect themselves. Often, I've seen clips coming out over the last few days of some riot police there and frontline police just pepper spraying innocent people who are just standing there, quite literally doing nothing. There was a one clip where I guess there was a small scuffle at a little bar where a bunch of people were sitting on a
Yeah.
patio, and the cop just barreled in there and started flipping tables and pepper sprayed everybody. Did you see that clip?
But that one, I saw it. I was there actually. I was on Saint Denis, and the SQ was there. They were boxing the place a little bit like they used to do at Toronto. And unfortunately, we got lucky. There's one person. I think it's like three apartment building. Opened their door to 200 people to go through their houses to get up by the back door. So there's 200 people run by there. There's a lady, I want to thank her, like, thank you very much for taking me into your apartment because everybody was getting arrested. So I was able to film from a third floor. And I got so much footage. Now I'm trying to do a documentary out of it because seriously, it's just too much stuff. And there's already a lot of video running on. But as for that, seriously, thanks for everyone who helped the comrade on the field because seriously, we see there's a big human connections getting back with the whole society, and I think Quebec is rising up like never before, and it's beautiful to see. I've never seen that.
Absolutely. These kind of scenarios and situations brings out humanity, brings out the best in people.
Yep.
When protesters and total strangers on the street can work together, join together, and help each other,